Hey, it's Joe Glines, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate a way that I've been automating texting a lot, and then it's really nice if you can tell who actually clicks a link if you have a hyperlink in your text, because you might decide, hey, that showed some interest, so I might want to follow up with that person, maybe book an appointment with them or something like that. So the first requirement is you have a WordPress site, at least the way I'm doing it. There's other ways you could do this, but the way I'm doing it, it's pretty cool because it's mostly free for the tracking side of things. You install Pretty Links. And so here is their website, Pretty Links. So let me go back to here. You know, if you were going to add new, search for Pretty Links. I don't know why my internet seems to be running so slow today. Pretty Links. And when it comes up here, you would first add it and then activate it. And so mine's active. I didn't want to deactivate it. So anyway, so you just install it. After you've installed it, then you're going to see it here in your sidebar, and you can click on it. And let's go ahead and we're going to go to the main page where you can see some of the other ones I have, and I'll explain some of the tracking that's visible. So without doing a unique ID, I'll get into that in a few minutes, but here are links where I have created, and you can see here, this is the link the person will see, and then the target URLs where you actually direct them to. And let me see if any of them here. No, all of these listed here are actually going to my site, but it doesn't actually have to be on your site, the destination, the target. Like let's say if you had a YouTube video or something else, right, where you want to direct them, it really doesn't matter because all you're doing is this tool is going to create a redirect for you. So the person sees the link, and what's really nice is it's on your domain, and so all of these really look like hyperlinks on my domain, even though they take them off my site, right? So they'll click it, and then it captures their input here, and so here you can see for this Excel function library I built, I've had 20 unique people click it, and some people have clicked it more than once. That's why there's 23 total clicks. Now, I don't have, like if I look here, I can look at the clicks, but you know, it'll show you the IP address, which isn't overall unless you happen to have a lookup for that, you know, of who that is, the date and the time, what they actually clicked, where it was referred from, you know, and what the name of the link was, I suppose. So, but what we want to do is we want to be able to track exactly for each person, know who did it, right? So that takes a little more work, not much on the back end. It's the front end that I'll explain and demonstrate how to do it. So again, so let's go to add a new link. And of course we need, I have a little cheat sheet over here. Where did it go? So I have a URL that I'm going to create. So my target URL, this is where the destination where you want to send them to. Again, this doesn't have to be on your site. This is, as you probably know, I'm doing podcasts about AutoHotkey and how to automate things. So this is what's AutoHotkey good for. So this is where we're going to send them to. Right here, this is the pretty link. This is what they're going to see, right? And I wouldn't want it to be OI5Y, right? This is going to be, let's say, I'll replace the spaces in a second. So, oops. Just because it is, I believe, has to be like an actual good URL type of thing, right? It probably would put in the %20s, but those will look crazy. The title, I can put something in, but it'll also borrow from what's there. Now, here's the key. This will work just fine for the tracking of number of counts of both unique and multiple clicks. But what we want to do is click Advanced Options and turn on this parameter forwarding, right? What this does, parameters in HTTP protocol are things after your destination, and you'll see them, a lot of websites and everything use them. It starts with the first one's a question mark, and then it'll give the key value, which we can name it whatever we want, and then there's a key and a value. So it'll say like ID equals Joe, right? And then that's what's going to get captured in your database, in your usually SQL database. The field will be, in that case, ID. And then for each person, the value will be what was after on the equal side. And if, in other ones, you can have, you know, a stream of these. After that, it's an ampersand stuff. But for our purposes, this is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And then I think it drops you back in, or we can look at it here. So again, this is the what we want to give people, and then this is the actual where they're going to end up going. Right now, there's no clicks, so I'm going to copy this URL because that's actually now, and I can show you here. So see that notice there's no .mp3 or anything with it. The second I hit it, it's going to actually ping the server, and then it will redirect it to the actual full URL and start off playing my podcast, right? So that worked. And now actually, let's see if we can come back in here and refresh this. I don't know if it'll be that fast, but usually it's pretty darn quick that it'll show that, hey, we had one unique and one click. So that's good. We got one of each. Now, let's see here. What was I doing? What we need to be able to do is then for each phone number, in our case, it's a phone number. It could be an email address if you're doing that. But in our cases, we're doing texting with a phone number. So I'm going to show you my app for Pushbullet. Pushbullet's a tool for Android that you can automate texting through. It uses an API and literally goes through your phone, which I think is really cool. It's something like $2 or $3 a month if you pay for their, professional level or whatever it is. It's very inexpensive. But again, the text actually goes through your phone, so the traffic goes through your phone. And we need to have a list. I'm going to import a list somewhere in here. Import phone numbers and tracking text example. So this is just one example here, and I've created an ID of just A, B, C, D, E, right? This obviously you wouldn't want to have that, but for every phone number in your list, you want to have a unique ID, right? And in some way randomize it. Or I think a great way would be to encode the phone number, and that way you can just decode the phone number. You know they're unique as long as you're using an encoding algorithm that's not actually shrinking anything, it's just encoding it in some way. Then it's a one-to-one, and you don't have to worry about duplicates. Of course, if you have a duplicate, it means you sent a previous text to that person, right? But so here's this. Here's my list, and now in my message, I'll say like, hi, and I can do this % first name, because I'm looking at these headers here, right? So that's a first name. Oh, forgot my other %, comma. Check out this podcast. And then here is, I think I still have it on my clipboard. Yeah, so there's the URL, but this is where we want to say, now we need the stem, the part's going to be consistent across. If I had multiple people here, it's what would be the same. So this is still going to say, this is the first one, so you put a question mark. And then let's just say I for ID. I could put ID, it doesn't matter. I equals, and then we're going to pipe in the ID. So %ID, right? So that is going to, this part right in here is all going to be the same for everybody. And then this ID, if I had multiple people, would actually be changed. And I think if I say send message, it's going to show me, oh, got to check the person. Send message, it's going to show me. So notice here's the URL. Hi Joe, check out this first podcast. This blah. Here's the URL, and then notice here it has the question mark, I equals, and then A B C D E. Oh, it looks like I have a space in there, but I don't think I do. But let me double. No, there's no space in there. I think it's fine. It's just font format, kerneling, whatever, right? Adjustments. So let's go ahead and send this. I'm gonna send the message. And this time I'm going to say, yep, send it to one. Again, if I had a bunch, all right, so it's done. In a second here, it might actually show up on my screen because I use Pushbullet on my computer too. It's nice. So here we go. Here's the message, and I can click it here, and it's going to, oh, it came through because that's my Hangouts phone number. So in a second here, it's going to load. Let's take a look at what it said. And so that was the first, I did some testing earlier. It was, hi, Joe, blah, blah, blah. And let's click the link. And, oh, it actually showed that, but now it dropped me in. Let me pause it. And notice here, it has the question mark, I equals A, B, C, D, E. Again, this part here does not affect what gets brought up, right? The server just automatically parses those things and stores it in the database. Now let's go back to Pretty Links, and I'm going to, yeah, I think I need to refresh. Is there a way here? I don't see it. I was hoping there's just a way to refresh this. But we'll refresh the page. Hopefully it now says, it still says one unique click because it was my same IP address, but now there's 2 clicks, right? And over here, I can, somewhere in here. Oh, maybe I need to look at, I thought, oh, there we go. All right. So this is the view clicks. So I can come in here. And now notice here, here is where we have this unique ID, right, for that click. We don't have one for the first one. I know it's the same IP address, right, different timestamp. And then we could export it, but that's how we could basically, and I actually played with this. Again, if you see my other videos, you can use an API to go and you would not necessarily have to come in here and manually do this, so we can automate that process as well. But this is how you can track back exactly who clicked the link in a timestamp if you want. Again, you could have extra actually, I don't. Yeah, actually you could. You could have more parameters because it's just showing it here, right? So if we came back into Pushbullet and did a second one, so the second one I would say the ampersand is the next one, and name equals Joe, and if I should just go and click that link, but send message, yep, and then I'm going to click that link, and here you'll see it pull up again. Oh, wrong. So it came up here, and here is, so both are there, and now we should see both. So in case you actually wanted to have like a campaign name, which is Google, if you've ever done a lot of their tracking, right, they'll put a campaign name and a source and a couple other things. Actually, source would be a great one also, right? If you have lists from different groups, you could help not have to merge it all and append it in the back end, right? So let me see if I can refresh this, and we should see both in here, no problem. Because it's not actually parsing, it's just passing everything through. And then you'd have to parse it on your back end. But anyway, hope that helps. I think it's awesome stuff. Cheers.